Welcome to another video, guys. My name is Joey Van Veen, and in today's video we're going to be working on my Toyota Supra. Basically it does have a misfiring problem and it isn't running correctly. So one thing that we have noticed is that it does have a knock sensor issue. So let's get into that, guys. Let's see if we can try and get this guy running. Alright guys, I've got a little bit of a head start here. I needed enough slack in that loom to be able to wire in the knock sensor. So basically all the way down, and in here there is a brown wire which you can probably only just see there. So basically that brown wire there is quite short. I need to get to it, so there's all wiring that I'll just quickly show you now. The whole loom there actually runs in and under the ignition cover, which runs out the ignition cover there, which basically runs down here, which goes to my O2 sensor up the back. There's a plug there for the alternator and water temp sensors. So good news is that I actually had some parts turn up, which were water temp sensor and plugs for the knock sensor as well. So having these guys now, I'm going to head down to Jza80. We're going to go get some cabling and some solder so that we can solder in those knock sensors and hopefully fix that issue. Take you guys down there now. To the service station, pretty much every Aussie's favourite moment when fuel's like $1.20. May as well go full tank, eh? Guys at Jza80, so I just had a thought. Gonna get some zip ties as well to tidy up some of that wiring that's in the engine bay there, just all the loose ones. So zip ties, I need some heat shrink because I nearly forgot about that. The shielded wire and some solder. So yeah, let's head in. She's noisy, but anyway guys, I remembered all my bits and pieces. So the one thing that I did notice though at my front door, really odd, but the looks like the delivery companies deliver on a Saturday, maybe. Yeah, that's in there, guys. So if it is the piece for the idle air control valve, that might mean that we might have some more success today. So let's get all that plumbed in. The one thing that was promised was this was going to come with all the hoses necessary. Let's see if Brendan delivered on his words. I don't see why I wouldn't have. I can already feel the hoses. What a good bloke. Hell yeah. So one IACV hose assembly for a 2JZ GTE motor that people doubted me on. They said that I couldn't get. Oh, guess what guys? I got one. So, damn it. Justin. Cool. That's the one, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this other knock sensor plug off just to make sure that I know that I'm using the right plugs. That's him off there. I'm pretty confident. Wow, so you guys can see here, so that is the knock sensor plug there that it has been repaired as well. So anyway, nice work. Let's muck around with this. I don't have cable cutters, so scissors are gonna have to do. I don't really know how much to take. Alright, that is the... So you guys probably won't be able to see here, but that there is a shielded cable. It has a shielding around it, which we will peel back, if you can see here. So you peel back the shielding, and then there's a cable on the inside, which is what we actually connect to the wiring for the knock sensor. Alright guys, so I have wired up that knock sensor. I have swapped them around from knock sensor number 1 to number 2 and switched those guys. So now I'm just going to take out these main EFI fuses, the batteries out. I'm going to go and get the battery for this vehicle now, and then we'll see if it throws some more codes. Now I've hooked up the green wire in the diagnostic port. Let's go hook these guys up here, and then let's go crank this thing over. I didn't put the EFI fuses back in, so let's go do that. Number 2 or number 1, whichever one it is. Then another EFI fuse. And let's see what she does this time. Alright. One, 3. See this smile? It's because I fixed it. So code 47 is a sub-throttle code. So basically the sub throttle is the secondary throttle, which is the traction control throttle. So we know that, I know that's not plugged in. So that's why that code's coming up, but it's now no longer throwing codes. It is misfiring though, so that's a little bit scary. I'll need to look into that. I mean, it does have really bad fuel, it's old fuel, so. But I did get rid of that code, so the knock sensor rewire did work. I'm very happy with that. Really, really happy with that, to be honest, because I didn't think it was going to work. I don't know why, I just didn't think it was going to work. Alright, what's next? So I'm going to plug in the idle air control valve hose, and then let's go and see if that changes anything. I'll come and show you outside in the car where it all plugs into. So basically the idle air control valve, there is a hose that connects here, and that piping runs all the way over. Sorry, that piping runs all the way over here to this hose here that's been blocked off, just on the back of the turbos there, if you can see it down in here. So yeah, so I will go ahead and try and install this one. Alright guys, I thought I'd try and get into this video, but basically I have some coil packs off my other motor here ready to go into this car. We're going to try and eliminate that issue. I haven't actually run these coil packs before, so they could be buggered as well. Not that I know if these ones are, but yeah, let's just try and eliminate some problems and we'll get those guys thrown in. We have to take this cover off the top here, then we have to unplug all the coil pack connectors. As you guys might be able to see here, these guys are actually quite oily, so whether that does something or not, that's another story. Something else I'm going to check as well, guys, is this guy here. That's the fuel pressure regulator, so I'm going to see what fuel pressure we're getting. I think the standard's about 43 psi, and yeah, let's see what this one's getting. So it's at 20 psi. These are black. It's black. It's black, it's black, it's black. I don't know what black means. Before I get too carried away and go and buy some spark plugs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up those spark plugs, try the other coil packs. I was doing a little bit of reading up, and they reckon that they run a BKR7E in a motor that runs anywhere around 20 psi, which this motor does. So, which in turn tells me that it shouldn't struggle to idle or have a misfire just because of the gapping. I think, don't quote me on that, I'm not too sure, but I mean, at the end of the day, when it's idling, there isn't 20 psi worth of boost through it. So a car running 20 pounds should idle just like one that isn't running 20 pounds. So anyway, let's clean up those spark plugs. We'll see what that does. I'm going to check the fuel pressure as well. If it doesn't jump up from 20 psi to the desired amount, then that could be an issue there as well. And I might even need to go drain the fuel and put fresh fuel into the car, but fuel and spark plugs will be one of my last options. Good news is that I have all the coil packs back in, all the connectors. So these are a second set of coil packs I had off my other motor. So yeah, let's see what it does now. I've cleaned up all the spark plugs as well. New coil packs, so then we'll see what the fuel pressure's like. All right. Let's see what she does. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. All right. Doesn't seem to be misfiring. It's revving and not misfiring. Oh, there's a couple more. It's not throwing any fault codes. It's not throwing any codes. Backfiring. Still not throwing any codes. Still popping. Ugh. Did you hear that? That's gross. Alright guys, if you can hear me, we have 15 psi fuel pressure. It goes up to 20. Something is wrong there. Alright guys, I think that's enough problem solving for this episode. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the result. I guess over the past few weeks we've done a few things. So, you know, we've got a stereo inside here, we've painted the interior, which is nice. There's only a tiny bit more to go on this interior, but hey, for now, I can actually sit in this and enjoy sitting in this. And yeah, so good news there. I've cleared all the fault codes as well on the car. So we had O2 sensor issues, we had TPS issues, that's all cleared up. We had knock sensor issues, that's all cleared up as well. So now the last thing is, I guess I got to question whether this fuel pressure is an issue. It's currently at 16 psi on idle. When I blip throttle, it goes to 20 psi. A lot of places where I do read base fuel pressure needs to be somewhere around 36 to 42 psi, and then it changes once again once you're under full boost. So anyway, guys, I don't know enough about that, and I really don't want to go messing around with something that could lean out my engine, I believe. I just don't know enough about it to go ahead with it. So we're going to leave that video here. Please like this video if you did enjoy. Please comment down the bottom if you know much about fuel systems yourself, if you can help me out at all. Or even if you just want to give me some feedback. And yeah, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys.